don't do a blue tape, TJ will mark everything down on his iPad. You'll get a confirmation email with all that stuff as well, so everything's paper trail. I noticed on the inspection report the thing was full.
Yeah.
All of these down through here on the lower end stay full for the most part. One, it was from where all the sprinklers have been running. Everything flows downhill, so it just seeps into here. After it dries out, it'll rush down. I'll get my pump. I forgot it at the house today, but I'll get my pump and pump it out just to make sure it'd be 100%. There's nothing leaking. But the last time that I had noticed it, it had been dry. We turned the sprinklers on and it filled up. So all that water that flows from the top is the same way. So we'll definitely make sure 100% on that.
Are you sure you don't want the umbrella?
There's a jacket hanging in there too if you want that. Already broken in for you.
What about
Do you want the umbrella?
no, I'm okay. I'm gonna go home after this. There was a seal. I can't remember exactly. I was trying to look
That's
it up.
in the sewage line.
Okay.
It needed a cap
Yeah.
on,
We'll walk
on the other
Okay.
side.
With your water meter, you do have a turn-off valve right here, but we've added one inside for you, so if you do have a major leak in the house, I'll show you where that is and once we get in on there too. Any questions on any of that? Three pumps all the way around the house. That's your termite traps. Wayne's taking care of that for the first year. All that's taken care of towards the end of that first year. That year starts when you move in. They'll contact and say, hey, you want to be up with us, you can be up with us, we'll go to somebody different. We don't do any pesticides inside the house due to we don't know if anybody has any allergies, pet allergies, anything like that. So you probably will have some bugs in and out of the house until you decide to do whatever you want to do. All of your downspouts, and then your condenser lines, they're going to have those pit drains on them. They'll come out. They're going to walk by right over here.
Yep.
So they are perforated as well. So once the rain stops, it drains to where it needs to. It has some perforated holes inside of it, so it drains out into the ground as well. Your meter box sits here. This is the main panel. Inside here, you can shut everything off with that switch up there, which the other two are labeled as well. You shouldn't have to mess with any of this stuff. Just more of a location factor if you ever need to. Fire department, just in case you have a fire, they can come out here and shut the juice off. Low voltage line, whoever your carrier is going to be for your internet, they'll know exactly what to do with this. So just put a box up. There's a full string on the other end of this that'll run into your SimSpire box. Whatever wires need to go into the house, they just pass that string and bolt it all the way. You do have a condensate line. During the summer, that thing's going to drip all the time. There's just a couple of vents over on this side. This funny looking one's going to be your dryer. The other small ones, the three, are going to be your bath fans. And then you have a big one out here. And then this pipe that sticks over the window, we put that there, so hopefully you'll notice that that one's leaking. Breaker box for this. Shouldn't have to mess with any of this as well. It's just one of those, if you need to come out and work on any of this, you can cut this off right here. Very simple. With the backyard back here, we did have to re-pour this patio. I've got a list of things for our landscaper to do. This will be probably a post-post thing unless I can get him in. He ended up getting sick last week with COVID, so he's been out and trying to get salt back up, and now with the rain, it's making some delays. But we plan on coming in and putting dirt all the way back around. Use your electric panel for everything.
Is it like that? Is it like that with all these bills, or some of them are shorter?
How far the garage is dropped, and that's where we get into that. If it's a normal, you just zero entry, you walk straight in, everything fits. But from where you've dropped the garage, you have 4 steps in here. It lowers it and it pulls it further from the ceiling, so that cord will not reach. I've already tried it, and I had to add that in to get you power to it. We have a couple like that, one across the street's that way, the one next door is that way, which his house sits a whole lot higher than what this one does. We've got quite a few out here that are like that. Electric panel, so the whole house is in here. The outside one will control this one. If you do have a breaker that's tripped, you come out here and find out this one's tripped. You can't just push it back over to restart it. You have to rack it all the way back, push it that way, and it'll restart itself that way.
Okay. Everything's labeled?
All level for you right there. Yep. Water heater, remember everything's electric out here, required by the city. It's one of these things that I took it out of my house. So if you want to take this out, all it is bolted in. You can take those nuts off and it just pulls right off. It's up to you on that part. Your valves, it'll shut off the water all the way to the house. You do have quarter turns on any of your sinks, toilet sinks of that nature. But if the tub, something, main line breaks, something along that crazy nature, you can turn off the main right there. Just turn it perpendicular, it'll shut everything off. PRV valve, that'll regulate the pressure coming into the house. Turn it up, turn it down. Too much will cause busted lines. Too little, you can't take a shower. So if you do have to have that adjusted, have a plumber do that. Yep. The things over here, you got some DFCIs over here. They're labeled for you. Exterior plugs are covered. So if they're not working out here, check to make sure that the green light is on. If it's not, just come up here and push this top. It'll reset itself. And then your garage door as well. Lights, all that stuff, it's all labeled. And if you have shower lights above your shower, sometimes with humidity, depending on how hot you take a shower, you can cause moisture in there and trip it. So you can come out here and check that as well. And then all your garage plugs sit on that. So if they're not working, check for that red light. Same thing, reset it. Okay. All right. Garage door should be the last thing out here. You have a little pamphlet here on the side. You can check that out. It comes with an app, free download. It's a My Genie app. Open and close your door from your phone. You can check and see how long it's been open, how long it's been closed, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Other switch will go to the attic up there that you do not have. So there is a light up there.
Okay.
Any more questions out here?
I don't have any. Do you have any questions?
I'm good.
Good.
All right. We'll save the kitchen for last because that's where TJ will take over. So we'll just kind of make our way through the rest of the house and then get up in the kitchen. Wash it to your left, dry it to your right.
This ain't my first house.
I always get the wrong way.
We got that. Yeah, we got that same one.
Sims firebox back here.
Okay.
Plug and play deal. You can put your router in there and plug it up.
Oh, okay.
They'll know exactly what to do. This is the other end of the pipe that I was telling you about that goes outside. Yep. Take a look around in your big closet. There's your bedroom.
That's good. I think this is a good feature.
You don't have to carry the laundry all the way around.
Right. Right.
All windows are exact same that function. These turn to the right, it'll unlock them, push them up. These little pieces on the side, rack them out. When you go to push them back in, make sure you push these things in because you can break them off. Well, push in, push down, they lock right back for you. Screens do come out. That's another good thing. But every one of them that function, all function the same way. Yeah. You want to take a look in the bathroom? Sometimes, if I don't lock it, somebody's coming in and doing something. The floor in here in the back, I don't know what happened. Somebody, what I told y'all, I don't know if somebody did it or if it just didn't get latched here, the last one in here. Door blew open and poured rain inside. So this whole little section got replaced. I had the floor guy come out and mark a bunch of it. That he put a meter on it to check on the condensation in it. So he replaced a big section over in here.
Okay. You can also mention, like, is there a way that y'all can, I guess, blow through the ductwork or clean out the ductwork and make sure there's nothing in there since it's been open, during the course of the house?
I can ask the HVAC guy. We haven't had any issues with any of that. And that's the other thing too, with it being under warranty, if something does happen, it's all covered with that as well. And I think that's one of the items that, as long as you get on the website, you can, but before the 30 days, I'm sorry, it'll go from a 5 to a 10 year for free. So you've got possible 10 year if you do that before the 30 days.
What you think?
Yeah, they put it everywhere. Be on that wall.
Right here on this side.
We're gonna replace that whole cabinet.
Okay, yeah, because it looks like either they dropped it or somebody just
There's another spot.
heavy-handed.
Thermostat sits over here for your bottom stairs. Pretty self-explanatory. Hit the button to get it to light up. You can hit the mode, go to whichever one you want to go to. Just make sure whatever's downstairs or upstairs, they're just mirroring each other. Don't have one on heat, one on cold, overwork the unit. And they say for optimal efficiency, have it between 3 and 5 degrees of each other. So 3 to 5 down or 3 to 5 up from whichever one. Remember how air rises. So if you do have the heat on, you can turn that one down a little bit because all of your heat's going to rise upstairs.
You can't have one off and the other one on. They'll always both be on.
Well, if you have, it's just going to keep working the unit because it's not doing anything upstairs. If you have upstairs off and downstairs, that unit's going to keep running because it's trying to
cool upstairs.
Or heat upstairs, whichever one. Yeah. But you can turn it down. Like we have a bonus room at the house, it's all that's upstairs. We just turn ours down pretty low so it never kicks on or randomly kicks on, but you have it up down. We'll walk through there and check all that out.
Not bad.
Guess that's an understatement.
The moving part, probably not.
Well, I ain't got much. I've been moving stuff every time I come over this way.
All good. We'll go upstairs and check all that out.
Well, he asked you, was you excited about moving?
Oh, yes.
Is it the moving part that you don't want to do?
Nah, we're fine. Like, all her stuff is in storage. Yeah, the move won't be bad.
Got the door changed for you. On that part, we talked about the plan of view. Just remember
The switches on that.
switches are on the other side of it. In here, you have a little bit of storage, and then you have some extra hardwood, carpet, and I think some vinyls in there on top of it.
Only thing you added was that one, all right?
No, I added these lights. This one was missing. It's in there.
Do you have kids?
No.
Okay. Remember, if you play in the snow, you're going to go through
The
the
ceiling.
top. So, recommend putting a lock on that possibly.
Okay.
Just reverse it. That way you can open it with a key. You don't have any kids, so unless you have some wild crazy parties that everybody can play, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
Same thing with the scuttle access in there, in that little room.
What about, what's the same? Oh, it can't jump in. Now,
You don't have a seat spot.
did you see where it was a light switch? Will it be a light in there or no?
There'll be a light and a switch in there.
Okay.
Yeah. You just didn't trim it out yet.
You keep putting it in there.
All that is an access from where it's shut off from the other side of the house. We have to put our blown insulation in. So they add that in there so we can put all our blown in there.
Does anything, is it storage or is it, you shouldn't put in?
It's an
It's just, okay.
So you shouldn't have to mess with any of that. There will be a light and a switch in there.
We shouldn't.
But you can put things in front of it, it doesn't matter. All it is just an access because it's shut off from the other part of the house. They can't access it from anywhere up here because there's a wall that goes all the way up. So we have to put an access in to be able to do all that. I'll give you my critiques after this.
Yes, we'll have your review after this.
Tell me what all I did wrong. That's what Kristen used to do too.
We get done. I wouldn't have said this. I wouldn't have done it.
It just has a pedestal, right?
You know,
It just has, no, the one that I
Yeah, they can probably caulk it.
You have to let them know.
It's inside here. It just needs a little bit more caulking.
Like along with that.
Just slow.
What? The dead zone.
No, this is like
The dead zone.
But it's a nice room.
This would be the office. You work from home, don't you?
So like we didn't get ceiling fans anywhere because we was gonna get them after. Now when you say with the warranty and frying up the thing, so we would have to use.
Like I said, you can do whatever you want.
But do y'all have anybody?
Morgan Electric does all of our electric out here.
So we will use.
So you can call them. It stays under that umbrella of the warranty. Or if you, hey, I know a guy type deal, he comes in, changes it out.
We
he
under
would
his
carry that.
warranty. His
Yeah.
warranty.
Yeah, just from that, say that light to the switch. And
Yeah.
that's it.
So if just so I'm clear, Morgan Electric, will that fall under Morgan Electric's warranty, or will that fall under our home?
They do all of our stuff.
So that'll
it
falls under our
us.
home. Okay.
Yeah, it stays under our umbrella.
Okay.
Yeah. With your dishwasher, all these are ventless, so if you're not using it, don't slam it shut, just kind of leave it in this position so it lets everything out with that. You don't get that moldy, mildewy smell, especially if it takes a couple of days. We run the dishwasher every single day. With 2 to 3 kids, we constantly have dirty dishes, but if you don't have that much, just leave it propped open like that so it lets it all out. They also recommend, this is completely up to what you want to do, since there's no recirculating pumps, to keep hot water to it. Turn on the hot water here, let it get hot, so when you turn that on, it has instant hot water to it when it's working. Do have a disposal over here. Make sure if you're going to run it for a bit that you leave the water on in it. That's how it cools itself. The other thing is too, don't throw large chicken bones and a bunch of pasta and that kind of stuff in it, eggshells of that nature.
Listen. Repeat.
If you do put things in it, don't do like my wife and do that number and let it go. Just enough for it to clear out. It's still going to be chunked up in there. The more it builds up, the more you're going to clog it. Then you got to call your neighbor, which is me, to come over and unclog it while the husband sits there and watches you do it because he's too lazy to.
Or he's told her time and time again.
That too. That didn't happen at all the house. The husband is not very mechanically inclined. When we opened up, because your dishwasher drains into this as well.
You can see it come up sometimes.
The whole line was jam-packed of eggshells and whatever else she decided to put down the drain. It took forever to get it cleaned out, and the husband sat on the couch with his feet propped up watching football, and her uncle cleaned it all out. So just keep that in mind. If you do put it in there, let it run for a bit to where it all gets churned up and it goes out. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate y'all's time. If y'all don't have anything else for...
Well, you said we were saving the kitchen for last because.
Yeah, I'm fixing to go over all.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying, that's all I've got.
Okay.
There's a bunch of stuff that I have to do.
Oh, you about to go?
I'm fixing to bone out.
All right. That's the exit.
Trying to be very nice.
All right.
First thing we'll go over is, so the brown folder has all your manuals for your appliances and the garage openers. And I'll go ahead and tell you that I'll leave in this big drawer right here. That way you'll know it's at when you get here. All this paperwork I'll leave in the same drawer. That way everything's in one spot. The only thing, I don't know if you have this, but, okay, good. So I can throw that in there. So here, just a little guide to growing grass, how to get started. And then, so this right here is just a brochure for Wayne's. So, I don't know, yeah, they also, so we don't do any kind of spray inside or outside. I don't know if you mentioned that or not, but this is just in case you want to use them. You've got the number right here, and it's who we use. And this is a sticker. So you just peel it back off, stick it wherever you want to. That's a good central spot. So cabinet, your electric panel, just somewhere you know where it's at.
Okay.
At your 1 year anniversary, things not on that one-time list, turn it in immediately.
Okay.
So like example, if your door's latching and locking, don't wait an entire year for us to come out before that can be fixed. Here are homeowner maintenance examples, just typical examples. Next page.